What's going on, everybody? Welcome to an ANR Spotlight. We do these once in a while whenever we have someone that we want to interview. And today I've got a really cool interview with none other than Toy Crusaders Trevor. I'm going to bring Trevor in here.
Hello.
Trevor, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So ANR Spotlight, it's a chance for us to kind of showcase these awesome people around the toy community. And Trevor, we got some cool questions to ask you today. So you ready?
Awesome. Yes, sir. Just first, I just want to thank you so much for having me on your show.
No worries.
It's such a pleasure to be here. It's like it's cool,
right? It's cool when you get to talk nerd stuff.
It's like a celebrity thing I'm having right now. Seeing all these YouTube videos and then actually being on the show. It's
whenever. Well, don't forget us when you get too big, right? You know.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that.
So, if anybody's wondering what Trevor does, well, we've got his website in the bottom there, toycrusaders.com, and then we have our handle for social media outlets if anybody wants to get a hold of us. But if you go to his site, you'll have all the information you need to get a hold of him, whether it be phone call or his social media platforms. And go out there and give him some love. He's a good old Canadian toy seller. He's a big nerd at heart too. He's a collector himself. But yeah, go support your, even if you're in the States or around the world, I'm sure Trevor can figure something out for you logistically, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Our door is always open for anybody who wants to shoot us a message and see if we can work something out.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll go over your site in a second here, but let's start with, how did it all begin? Tell me, walk me through this.
Well, it's kind of a long story. I mean, are we talking about like the long story of how I got into collecting, or just the store in general?
Just the store in general. Like, how did you decide, like, I'm a collector, and then, you know what, I'm going to start selling this stuff?
Basically, it all started with, like, ordering things, not being able to find things, having to, like, pay scalpers, like, trying to get a hold of things, and it being so hard. And then finally, when you do get your item, you open up the box and the package is damaged, or it's just the corners are broken, or they just mishandled your collectibles. So I remember just thinking, like, when I used to get stuff from Amazon, I opened the box and it would be all damaged, and I would just be like, I could do better than this. Like, the people deserve better than the service that they're getting with these, like, big box stores, Walmart, Target, things like that. So it kind of organically grew from there. We just thought about the possibility of doing, like, the home business, and it just kind of grew from there. So it stemmed from that frustration of not being able to get things, and when you do, they're damaged, and just that customer experience needs to be better.
Okay, cool. I do want to mention that there's a little bit of crackling going on with your audio. I think if you're moving certain times and it crackles. Other than that, you're fine. Because I think when you're sitting still, it doesn't crackle. So it could be a connection or something.
It could be.
Yeah, but you sound fine now, right now.
Okay, I'll try not to touch the cable.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the scalper issue is definitely become one in the last few years. I didn't, when I was collecting for years, I never dealt with this, but it's becoming really, really bad now. Like, they're just going and wiping out whole shelves at stores.
Right? Well, it's the supply issues too, because there is, like, basically for every figure they make, there's 3 people wanting it. So the demand is so great, and it's a scalper's paradise, because they know they can clean out the line of whatever and then just flip it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I just did a video about the scalpers, top 5 things that they look for in Marvel Legends. I just dropped that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, was that the one where, like, you did the Resident Evil 4 merchant gimmick? Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I liked it. That was one of my assistant Justin's idea to do that, and I loved it.
That was good. That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah,
it feels like you're, like, doing some sort of, like, back alley shady deal, for these figures.
Yeah, on my next video though, I'm going to talk about 5 ways to beat them, and
okay.
I think people who are new collectors especially could really use that kind of information to help them. So I'll be doing that next video. I'm excited to do that because I've explained the problem, but I want to obviously provide solutions as best as I can to help people, right?
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting how you began, because in packaging as well. If people are inbox collectors, there's a lot of people, right? I do certain things in package, but I usually buy two of them. So I'll open one and keep one sealed. But there are some packagings where I can't get two of. I'll just buy one, and if it's a really nice packaging, I don't want to destroy it. I want to keep it in mint. But like you said, I remember ordered when Best Buy started selling Star Wars figures, their 50th anniversary line, this Black Series. I ordered, the Christmas ones from last year. Do you remember the Christmas ones?
Yeah.
So I ordered from Best Buy because you can only get that one from Best Buy, and it was like it was stopped on. Like somebody like just stepped on it a couple of times, threw it at the back of the bus or something, and then ran it over with the car and then gave it to me. Right? I was like, "What is this? Like it's all in pieces, right?" But that's exactly. Like there's no care. They don't. Best Buy is not known for selling figures. They don't care.
Well, that's just it. That's just it. It's when you do these kind of things, it's almost like collectors helping collectors. Do you know what I mean? So like you want people to open your package when they get it, like it's like Christmas morning and everything's like there and it's perfect, right? Like you want that, because like people are paying a lot of money for these collectibles. They're waiting 6 to 8 months for these things, and then when they finally get it and it's destroyed, like what kind of like feeling does that give that person? You know what I mean? Like it's heartbreaking. So our idea was to just basically offer as much as we can when we can, and when we do deliver our products, they're packaged like completely bubble wrapped, double wrapped, like completely taken care of, so that when you get that package, you're happy with your purchase.
Yeah, exactly. Where did the name Toy Crusaders come from? Tell me.
How
did you come up with that?
That was me with a pen and paper, sitting down, writing every word that came into my head for probably about 3-4 hours, and I knew I wanted the word toy in it, and I think my first name was Toy Life Canada. That's what I wanted.
That sounds like an insurance company.
yeah. So that ended up being something else, but
insurance for your toys. Hey, that's a good place.
So then it was kind of like, and then I started thinking about like collectors and the journey that people go on for these things, where they'll drive to like 5 Walmarts a day and Target and things like that. So the journey and that kind of became crusade, or going on a crusade. So it just kind of became Toy Crusaders because it just kind of all fit together.
Oh, I thought you were a hardcore medieval type of guy. You know, you have a sword and a shield.
It's all about the crusade for the toys, because you got to go fight those scalpers, right? And sometimes you need that sword and shield, right?
You need fend them off.
You got to fend them off in the toy aisle.
Oh man, yeah, that's no, I do like your name. It's cool. I love your logo too. It's nice. It's fun, you know. And you're right.
We just got these hats too. So
look at that.
So I'll have to send you one of these. These are
nice.
These are our new Toy Crusader hats.
That's dope. Yeah, and you probably could get them on your site, right? Could they?
Yeah. I got shirts and hats right now for sale.
Well, I guess this would be a perfect time to go to your site, maybe.
Oh, awesome.
We'll look into that here. So let's go into that. There you go. So that's your site right there.
Yes.
So did you come up with the site, or did you commission someone to build it for you?
No, we're just a Shopify site, so this is just one of these Shopify options.
I love the black background. It's not too bright. You know, people have like a white background. It's like blur in the nighttime when you open up the site.
Right. Yeah, we definitely wanted to do something that looks a little different than the average, like just box online stores.
These Studio Series 86 Transformers are hot.
Oh,
they are hot.
Actually, as soon as I'm done this, I have to go deliver one right away because someone just bought one.
Yeah, it's
they're fire.
I love them. I have every single one of these, and I hope they continue the whole line from the
movie.
Oh,
I'm sure they will. Haven't they announced more Studio Series? I know they announced the Dinobots and things like that.
I hope the whole Dinobots series comes up, because I never had the Dinobots when I was younger, but I remember a while back, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, they had the Transformer Dinobots that assembled into a giant robot, and I was just like, "What? Like they were a combiner? What is this?" Right? Like,
yeah.
They used to fight combiners, but not become one. I guess some people like it, but to me, I'm like a purist.
Yeah,
I like the old school way.
It's all about G1, right?
Yeah, G1 for me, and that's it. I do dabble in some Beast Wars stuff. I just love the animal form, not the robot forms. Just because I don't have anything in Transformers that has the animal forms that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I wasn't a huge fan of Beast Wars at all. I'm always G1 all day long, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because Beast Wars was like kind of like we were all getting older, right? So
yeah, the new generation does.
Yeah,
there are generations that do like it, and I respect that. That's their
oh,
thing.
for
right?
sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about your other guy here, Black Christanton.
Let's not talk about him.
How are sales going for that?
You know, I think if he wasn't in the Book of Boba Fett, nobody would be having this saltiness. Like, yes, it's a repaint. Yes, it seems like a cash grab, but at the same time, I think people were really excited and expecting when the Black Series figure did come out that it was going to be like based on the show and look like the show, and so I think that's a really big part of why people are backlashing against it. I'm
curious as to how the Star Wars team thinks. You know, like,
God, you know, it makes me wonder sometimes.
It just boggles the mind, right? Like how this team thinks. And it's just they're out to lunch. They don't get this huge community of Star Wars fans. They don't get them.
Right. They're in charge of it, but it almost seems like they're the most disconnected from it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
absolutely.
Like you can go on any forum and in 10 minutes understand what's popular, what isn't, what people want. And it's so simple. It seems so simple, but you know, who knows? Maybe, you know.
I mean, it could be corporate, you know, obviously it is corporate, you know, they have their bosses that they have to, you know, keep happy and make sure that their margins are good. But it's just like, I don't know, like it's just so like, how can you bring out this figure the way it looks and be proud of it as a team and say, yeah, this is exactly what you guys wanted based on the TV show. Now I get this. I get the point of people saying, oh, it's not from the TV show. I get it.
Yeah, that's. But in fact, the box art is actually more of a selling feature than the figure.
But even the box art, it looks different than this figure. You know, like, I mean, look at the articulation itself is horrendous, right? I mean, like, there was no work done on this from the. What was the figure that they made this from?
This is the Chewbacca, isn't it? From
I think it's Chewbacca and then the other guy, the other gentleman, the gaming rig, right?
Yes. What's his name? It's escaping me right now. The other Wookiee.
Yeah. So there was no work to change the way this guy looks from Chewbacca. Like it's essentially the same figure.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it just boggles the mind. Like, why would you not take some time and add some more touches to this guy, make him look a little different, right?
Well, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure.
And the single jointed knee.
Yeah, that's really strange too. Like that makes no sense.
Can we get out of this from Star Wars? Like eventually, they keep bringing it back. The single joints. Why? We should be moving forward, right?
Well, I think it's got to be the molds because there must be a cost attached to creating a new mold, and that they're just not willing to pay.
Well, they have to make some changes because they just raise their prices for everything.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure they will, but at the same time, if they can get 3 figures out of 1 mold and just do repaints, they're going to do that. I mean, that's...
of course, yeah, they're gonna definitely do that. But if they're gonna bring this out and like, because this is a different price than the Azure line, right? Isn't it? They raised the price for this even more.
Yeah, these are a little bit more. I think. Yeah, these are. Yeah, because the price increase went from basically $34 or $33.99 to $36.
Canadian,
yeah. But these I think are like 40. I want to say 45.
Yeah, because they're the special packaging, right?
Yeah. They're considered deluxes.
Yeah, but the figure is the same as the one you got from a regular line.
Yes.
So if you're gonna charge us more, what are we charging you for? The box?
The box, probably.
Right? I mean, you're charging us way more just for the box. Like Star Wars guys, they're just like shaking their head, like, "What? No!" Especially the guys who open up the packages, like they don't care about the box.
Yeah.
They want the figure to look awesome, right? And this guy is a fighter. He's a bounty hunter. You need him to articulate better.
Yeah, he's definitely on the skinny side for sure.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. Like, people want to pose this guy in cool, different poses, and they're going to be severely limited of the way this guy moves. Like, I feel bad for people who are looking forward to this character because he's a badass, right? I mean, he's such an awesome character that we got to see a little glimpse for in the Boba Fett TV show. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Well, we did get a cat.
And I don't mean to try to poo-poo on your sales.
No, it's all good. But I just like we are getting like the Cad Bane Book of Boba Fett character. So maybe one day we'll get a new
they will. You know they will. What is the hottest item right now for you in your sales? Like what's really flying off the shelves here?
The best thing that I've sold right now, or the hottest thing right now, is Blaster. Blaster is moving really well.
Oh, you gotta send me one of those.
A Blaster? Yeah.
Do you have one already in stock?
Rumor has it they might be showing up next week. That's the rumor.
Let me know. I'll send you the money and you can send it to me. FYI, we don't get anything free from anybody, so stop sending me messages. Oh, you get free stuff. We always pay for our things from everybody, including Toy Snowman and everybody else. We always pay for everything. So
G.I. Joe's doing well.
Oh, buddy.
Like
we'll get into that in a second here. Whew.
Like these bats and the Cobra alleys, like they're just crazy. They just
how beautiful are these figures?
Oh, they're so nice. They're so nice.
I mean, Spirit, Bat, they're just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So look at this. This team is figuring it out because when they first started, this team was all over the place as well, right? And people have to forgive them because this is the first time they're doing 6-inch line of G.I. Joe. So there was a year of like the honeymoon stage where you kind of had to forgive the team for messing up, right? But it seems like they've learned from their mistakes and have, like for example, the Cobra Officer, they made it readily available for everyone and everywhere to purchase from, right? They didn't make it an exclusive. And with the new exclusives that they do have, they're just repaints of like for example, the Bat, right? It's a Tiger Force repaint. It's not a different figure entirely. So they're clearly learning from their mistakes, which is what we always want. It's the team to learn and hear from the community and build upon that, right?
Right.
And I guess Target has also learned for people in the States, and Toys R Us hopefully will learn here. But Target has ordered more of the G.I. Joes than they were doing the last 2 years. And right now, from what I see on social media and Facebook pages, is a lot of people are getting the Target stuff that they're launching. So there seems to be the fix, as we call it, about G.I. Joes. What are your thoughts? Like, you're ordering this stuff, and what are your thoughts on G.I. Joe right now? Have they progressed?
Oh yeah. Like this is like we started off without G.I. Joe actually originally, and the reason why we picked it up was because I was getting so many emails and questions about this line. So we were almost kind of like, like as a necessity bringing this line in, and since we have, it's just been amazing. Like the response and the way that the stock moves is great.
I got to point out that since we've been on your website, there seems to be somebody buying a figure from you every minute. We keep getting alerts at the bottom.
Oh, is there alerts going off? Okay,
oh yeah, there's alerts at the very bottom left side. There's something.
Yeah, it shouldn't be doing that. It's not. I'm not selling that many that quickly.
I don't know, man. I think you are.
I would hope.
Let's just go with you are.
Okay. It's happening.
Yeah, dude, how is this Croc Master and Alligator look? Oh my god.
I just put him up, and I'm down to I think 3. Like it's crazy.
This is insane. Yeah, G.I. Joe is just too hot right now. You need to keep padding this line. I think this is bread and butter. This and the Marvel Legends line is just bread and butter, all day, every day.
Yeah, Marvel Legends. That's something we're definitely looking into, because it's very tough to make the decision to go into a new like a new line of toys. It's a considerable investment and lots of consideration and research, and like looking into like
distributor and all that.
Yeah, things like that. So it's definitely something we're looking at. We're definitely looking at getting into Masters of the Universe, those kind of things. So
you're sorry, go ahead. You're saying?
No, I was just gonna say there will be more. Like right now we're just NECA, Funko, Marvel, Transformers, G.I. Joe, just your main lines.
Yeah, and to be fair, you just recently got the site up and started pushing, right? So
yeah.
How long have you been in business?
Well, we tried to open last year in 2020. but there were certain logistics that kind of got in the way, like storage space, like office, like just room to operate kind of thing. So we kind of had to pump the brakes for about a year. And so we came back in September of last year, and that's when we really decided to launch the site and actually like order everything and kind of get the ball rolling.
And I see right here, you're already out of stock for the Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yes,
that's crazy.
That's crazy. You know, I don't want to add more until I know I can get some, because I know it will sell out. And the worst thing I want is to have to cancel.
See, you get it there. That's so important that you mentioned that, because a lot of sites will just take people's money. I'm not going to, you know, put anybody on blast here, but I have seen sites where they will take your money and they can't fulfill them, and then it's a nightmare to try to get your money back because they don't want to give it back, right? So I'm glad that you said that you're going to wait till you get the number and then put it up on your site, which is responsibility right there that a lot of toy stores need to continue doing, right?
Yeah, anything, any numbers that you see, like if you click on something,
okay, I'll click on, let's say, the Goblin.
Yeah. So whatever number you see on the units remaining or whatever left, that's
there you go. You have one left.
Yeah, that's it.
One left. So whoever
whoever
watches this video first, when we drop it, you better go buy. It might be sold out by then. So.
Well, I don't know, but yeah, like so we won't put more up until we know that we've ordered it and it's coming.
I love that. I love this little bar. This is awesome. This is a great feature right there. Yeah, because then it tells people, like, some people be like, well, I'll come back and get it, but they see only one left. They're like, hey, I better get it now before it's gone, right? So
I mean, people do message me and they'll say, like, they'll say, oh, do you have this? And I'll be like, yeah, I have it. It's for pre-order. And then they wait, it sells out, and then they're like, well, what happened? And I'm like, well, you know, it's pre-order, you know, like there's no holds here, you know, I can't do that.
Tell me about your the Valor points. What's this all about?
That's just our point system. So
is there a place I can go click on here to show it? Or?
Just the Valor points. You might have to log into it. There should be a button. Okay. Yeah,
there you go. Okay.
So you'd have to log in, but you can just click on the ways to earn, and that will actually just display.
Wait, here it is. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you do things like follow us on Twitter, Instagram, things like that, you get points, and then for every 300 points you earn, you get $3 off your next purchase.
Look at that. See, it's worth spending your time and money here.
Yeah, so if you sign up and hit up all our social media, you pretty much get $3 off your first purchase. That's pretty much how it works out.
How easy is that to get $3, especially with the prices going up for figures, right?
You got it.
That's an awesome deal. I'm already going to be doing this. I think we already did this. I think the team, our ANR, is already probably following you guys. If not, we're going to make sure we do and sign up. And everybody who's watching this video, go ahead and sign up. I mean, $3 right off the bat. Come on.
Yeah.
You didn't even make a purchase and you got a discount already.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then you're located obviously in the Winnipeg area, and you do free deliveries, which is so cool because, especially during the pandemic time, a lot of people don't want to fare out to the public, right? So, and that's cool that you spend your time dropping off figures, right?
Right. Well, we don't have a physical store yet. That's one of our goals. Within the next, probably, I would say, 12 to 18 months, is possibly look into a physical store once things, if things can keep going in the right direction. So to alleviate the issue of free pickup, we just decided that, since Winnipeg's a pretty relatively small city, we just offer free citywide delivery.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. So I might have to come down there when you have your do it in the summer, please.
Oh, we just got hit with a blizzard. We literally had a blizzard
I just walked out to get my
ago.
Mail in the shorts and a t-shirt right now. I hate to rub it in.
Yeah. It's crazy here. I was actually worried that the power might go because of the blizzard. Things seem to have died down now, so we should be all right.
Yeah, try to open in the summer. I would definitely fly down there. That'd be awesome. I'll bring a small little team with us. Well, I have never been to Winnipeg, so I need to go down. It's
then you have to come here in the winter. That's when you get Winnipeg. That's when I'm here. I've arrived. I can't feel my face.
I would literally open the door to the airport door and literally go right back in. and the next plane out of there, I am gone. I don't do winter. I do summer.
Right,
I love summer.
You should compromise and come in October then, because then at least you get a little bit of nice weather.
Okay.
And at least then you can go.
All right. Okay. We'll work something out.
The Jets are our main attraction.
Oh, those shifty Jets. Are you a huge hockey fan?
Oh yeah. I got season tickets.
I'm a massive hockey fan. I love sports. If I wasn't collecting toys like I do, I would be. I actually do have quite a bit of sports memorabilia stuff. I've got a lot of signed hockey player stuff, jerseys and posters, because I worked at the airport and I would meet them all the time. Right?
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
So yeah, I definitely met my share of hockey players.
That's awesome.
So you're a Jets fan, huh?
Yes.
Oh, we can't be friends.
Oh,
I'm from Vancouver, but I'm not a Canucks fan. I'm actually I'm the dreaded Toronto Maple Leafs fan.
Oh no,
it's the worst.
You might be right. You might be right.
It's the worst. It's the worst, man. I get it rubbed on by all my friends here in Vancouver. They're like, yeah, first round losers, huh?
That's true.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you a fun question here.
Yes, shoot.
Favorite candy or chocolate, if you had to indulge?
My favorite candy or chocolate is probably Reese's peanut butter cups.
Ooh,
it's
your go-to when you're having a tough day, right?
Yeah, it's don't leave those around me, because they will disappear very quickly.
So Halloween is a bad time for you, huh?
Yes, I always go through the kids.
It's funny how many of those individuals we drop back.
Yeah. You lose track, and then suddenly there's just wrappers everywhere, and you're like, man, I just ate like 20. It's like,
the individuals are the worst, man.
Yeah.
At least in the
3-pack, it keeps you in check. It's like, hey, you get 3 and then you're done. But when there's like those singles, it's just like one after the other.
It's dropped in hot, man. I swear, I told my kids to stop going out, please.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you. So you have been a collector in the beginning. You started collecting first.
Yes.
What are some of the toy lines you absolutely need to collect? Like, these are your musts.
Well, it started off with Star Wars.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's backtrack that. I mean, I was like the kid collecting Transformers, so I guess technically it started with Transformers. But I wasn't buying these things for myself. They were just like, Christmas presents, birthday presents, things like that. But once I got older, in my late teens, early 20s, then you have your own money and you want to start collecting your own stuff. So that was right around Phantom Menace time. So like kind of getting into the Power of the Force, Power of the Jedi, Episode 1 figures, that really kickstarted the whole addiction. So that's so Star Wars and Transformers are probably my two like main ones that I have to have.
Okay. So if you had to pick, let's say you collect these lines, but if you had to pick only one line and you had to get rid of the other lines, which one would it be?
Oh man.
Tough question, right?
That is such a tough question. You know what? I'd probably have to stick with Transformers.
Wow, nice.
Just because the movies, I guess, for Star Wars can fill the void, whereas Transformers is, I have my G1 and I want my G1 and I want my guys, so I'd have to go with that.
Were you disappointed or were you happy with Michael Bay's Transformers? Be honest.
We don't even have enough time for me to talk about how bad Michael.
How about one day we do make time, because I could get into that. I could get into it, and. So thumbs up or thumbs down? Let's just keep it simple there for you.
Oh well, thumbs down easily, an easy thumbs down, and not just Transformers. Like, I mean, he's destroyed Ninja Turtles, and
oh my god,
he didn't he have his hand in Friday the 13th too? Didn't he? Wasn't he trying to do the reboot for that? I don't know.
This man has single-handedly destroyed my childhood.
Right. It's like he went into the time machine in the 80s to like wreck it. Like he's found this niche because he knows the 80s nostalgia is probably at its highest and its peak, and he's completely manipulating it and he's ruining it. Like, he's not even doing a good job. I could understand if he doesn't care. It's money. Yeah, it's
paycheck. It's how many explosions can I make and get out with my paycheck? See you later.
Right. And that's what he'll argue with you. He'll be like, yeah, you can shit on all you want, but I got the money. The $1 billion box office says I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah,
and it's irritating.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I remember when they first announced that they were going to make this Transformer movie, I remember Spielberg saying that he talked to Michael Bay and said he wanted it all around a boy. He wanted the movie to be about a boy. And I'm just like, right away, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible because it's not about a boy.
Right,
like,
right.
It's never been about a boy.
The humans were there; they were part of it, and they had a purpose and a place. But it was always about the characters and the toys and the Transformers themselves. Like they were the characters, point. Right? And that's and it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, there's a lot of people that will argue and love the look of these things, but to me, I just thought they're horrendous. They're bug-eyed and they look nothing like what I, grew up watching. There was not even an attempt.
No.
Like Optimus Prime could not look anything like him at all. Like it was the furthest thing away. Like he is not a flashy, flamboyant type of character. He's very reserved and calm and collective. And they made him have flames all over the side of his leg. It's like,
yeah.
No attempt of homework was done at all. It's crazy. But I do want to give thumbs up to, I believe it's is it Knight? The guy who directed Bumblebee.
Yes.
The first 10 minutes was better than anything Michael Bay put together in all of his movies.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. That was actually somebody actually put some thought and it said, hey, this is what we should be doing, which was awesome.
I did hear that they are rebooting it in that likeness. That's what I've been hearing.
The next movie, which got actually pushed back till next year, but the toys are coming out this year, which is really strange.
Is Michael Bay somehow part of it still?
He might be a producer on it. I don't know if he's directing it or something.
Go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Turtles. Oh my God, what was that?
That was. There are very few movies that where I have the Indiana Jones 4 syndrome, where you're just like you can't believe what you're seeing because it's so bad, and it's Indy 4, Transformers, Ninja Turtles. Like it's just you sit there and you're like, I can't believe this is happening. Like I'm watching this. It's real.
I got 6 press tickets to watch that early. The first movie. I remember. Turtles? Yeah, then the Turtles. Yeah. A local comic book store called me up and I went there. They were doing a draw and I happened to win like 8 tickets. So I gave 2 to somebody else. I'm like, I don't need 8. And I just got some for my kids. And then I also got for 2 of my friends. And we went and watched it. It was released like 4 days before the actual theatrical release. And I sat there and me and my friend, childhood friend of mine, me and him, we watched the first 3 original movies together at the same theater when we were kids. Right. So, and we're huge fans, right? And we sat there and I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, he's just like, what is this garbage? Like, this is such a trample on our childhood. Like, there was no attempt to learn anything here. Why are they wearing like beads and stuff? What is going on here? Like, it's just so bad. The funny thing, when we walked out, the critics are there, and then we walked out, and I guess the person from the studio asked us what we thought of the movie because they were going to use that as a reference, right? And I just said to him, I don't have enough time to tell you how I really feel, but I can sum it down to this. It is a complete thumbs down from me and my friend, and Michael Bay has ruined our childhood for Turtles. And I walked away.
That's good. That's exactly the feedback.
I'm not holding back. Getting. I don't care if I will never get invited again. Who cares?
Well, that's the problem is people want to shill for these types of things. And
I see that with a lot of reviewers and people out there who they get called from a company to promote something and they will not tell them the truth. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I'm not big enough to even get that, but if the day ever comes where somebody reaches out to me, I'm going to tell it like it is. I don't care. I'm not here about the money. I'm here to speak the truth, and that's it. Right? If it sucks, it sucks. That's it. End of story. Right? Do a better job. Take your time and release something. Don't just put out something just for the sake of trying to cash in on people's nostalgia. Right?
Which it doesn't even seem like they attempted that because that Ninja Turtles movie, there was no nostalgia in it. Like
no, it was no reference, nothing. There was no hint of anything from the past. There was nothing.
Right.
It was in Splinter learning how to do martial arts from a book.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
if you look at Cobra Kai should be the absolute template for how to bring in something new with respecting the
Mhm.
the old like crew, or the old like people that were like into the Karate Kid back in the
Yeah.
day, but then make you care about the new characters.
Yeah, and
Not
flashbacks are great. Flashbacks are great.
right.
Right.
But you have these movies where they either don't mention anything, or they try to shoehorn new characters, like the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. Like that was, and
We
like,
could be here all day. We could be here all
we
day.
yeah, that's a whole nother. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's insane how a lot of these Hollywood studios are just trampling on classics. You know, trying to change the narrative. It's what everyone says, right? Rather than respecting it and creating new things, they just want to go and ruin the old things and twist it around, right? Just to say that, oh, look what we're doing, we're changing it for the better of humanity. Right?
Or they take like a successful franchise to push something else. That's a vehicle. I think was it Masters of the Universe got a bad rap for that? Like
I absolutely did not like that at all.
For basically flipping the script and kind of selling people, oh, it's He-Man, but not really.
It's a bait, right? Bait and switch.
Yeah, it was a bait and switch for sure.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you could have done so much better, because they could have actually created a whole new like offshoots of TV shows from that.
Right.
You have your main character, but you could go on other journeys with other characters, because such a huge, you know, character base in that show. They've got so many cool characters, right?
Right.
And like, you know, one of them was Tila. Like you could have had a Tila journey
show. Right.
Which,
so
it would have been awesome.
Right. So do your He-Man, do it justice, do it right, and then once it's successful, then you spin off. You tell different stories, and then it's
people will eat it up. People will eat it up. But nope, they had to go and right there and gut it all down, right? When the main character from the 80s show is not even in the actual show, it's problematic. You're probably not going to have a lot of people happy with that.
Right, exactly.
Oh, man. Okay, so let me ask you, favorite superhero or favorite character? Doesn't have to be hero.
Favorite superhero or character?
No, it's somebody that individual that really you love from childhood or even today.
What a great question! Wow, I'm not even sure.
Hey, these are tough questions, buddy.
This is a tough question.
It's a spotlight for a reason.
If I had to go with that, I think I'd have to go with the Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh man, you're becoming one of my good friends now. That is my guy. That is my
absolutely.
Guy, man.
Like he epitomizes the superhero, the look, everything.
He changed the landscape. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
He set a bar. He set a bar. Yes. Come here, meet me at the top here, because that's where I'm at.
Right. And no one really has gotten there since. I mean, maybe a
people have come close. People have come close.
But
I guess no one had the amount of time like he did to really set that bar higher, because he made several movies, right? And nowadays we don't get that many people that have multiple movies. But right now, I would say Hugh Jackman is up there. I would think Hugh Jackman did a great job in the movies that he's been in. He's always been terrific. I would say him. I would say Robert Downey Jr. is pretty good. Chris Evans is pretty good. Right?
Yes.
They're icons now in the industry, right?
Yeah, actually, you know what? When you mention it, I think Iron Man, Robert Downey. That's got to be
he's right there. He's right there, I think.
Yeah, because you couldn't imagine anyone else doing Iron Man. Like you'd be crazy to even try now.
Absolutely, yeah. I hear you 100% on that. Do you think Tom Holland could get there eventually?
As Spider-Man or as something else?
As Spider-Man.
As Spider-Man, I think out of the three in the last 20 years, I think he's the best. So,
okay.
Oh, geez.
Now we can't be friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, who do you have at number 2 and 3 for your Spider-Man?
Okay, well, I'll give you this right now. All three that I'm going to talk about have something missing, right? If I was to combine all three, then that would be my ultimate Spider-Man. But if I had to choose between the three, I would pick Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. See, I have him at the number 3. See, I think Andrew Garfield's a better Spider-Man than
Andrew Garfield looks the Spider-Man with the mask on part. He's got that lanky,
leaner, leaner, taller,
I love that. That's the Spider-Man that I love, right? But when you take the mask off, he doesn't look anything at all like a nerd. He looks like the celebrity or the popular kid in high school. He looks just too good looking, in my opinion, right? So that ruins it. So to me, it's that middle part. And Tom Holland is small. I don't consider him as a Spider-Man look, right? But he can pull off the nerdy thing. Again, he's still good looking, but Toby, I don't want to say he's ugly, but he has that nerd look as Peter Parker.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I see him as Peter Parker more than Spider-Man. That's what I meant. Like, they're all missing something that I would try to put together. So, but yeah, if I had to pick, it would be Toby as my overall Spider-Man that I think is probably the best so far. But Tom Holland in this last movie has really, changed that, because I wasn't a huge fan of the first two movies. I thought they were good, but they weren't great. But this last movie, he made some significant strides, I think, of really understanding what it is to be Spider-Man, right? His acting was so much better than the first two, I think. That's just my opinion.
is he signed on to do more? Because wasn't he in the tag credit scene in the Venom 2 movie? So they kind of hinted that they were gonna have like a crossover. What's his face? Venom. The actor. Who's the actor?
I forgot his name too. We're bad with names. I'm bad with names.
I'm getting so bad with names. Yeah, so they kind of hinted at that, but so hopefully we get to see that. I think that would be pretty interesting. Venom, Spider-Man.
Well, they're definitely gonna have that cross. But I think what they did was they changed the universe now because of that little. Well, I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but if you haven't seen it by now, come on, people. Like the end credit scene where we saw the little goo, cut off when he left. Right. So I think they're going to change the way the Venom in this universe is going to be compared to the Venom in that universe.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think that's what they're going to do. I have a feeling Sony's going to do their own universe, and Spider-Man will jump in and out somehow. I have a feeling that they're going to do that. And then Marvel will be doing their version of Venom in this universe, because this is the way they're going to make money. This is where they're going to have multiple movies with crossover characters, right? And they're just going to cash in all day long, right?
Absolutely.
This multiverse is going to get out of hand. I have a feeling it's going to get really out of hand. we're going to see Star Wars characters show up.
Well, when you look at like Doctor Strange and the Loki series, I mean, they've basically just opened the door for that. Anything we can do,
endless
anything,
possibility,
and we'll just say, oh, it's another universe.
Yep.
Oh, endless, it's this universe. Yeah.
Like, I mean, are you excited for Doctor Strange? Are you gonna watch it?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gearing up. I'm actually got my tickets for Batman. So I got that. It's my
I'm
birthday.
looking forward to that. I don't know how that's gonna go. That can go either way.
We're definitely gonna come. I don't know if you're down for it, but we probably should do like a movie talk one day, just movies and TV shows.
Sure.
We'll definitely get into that. I'll bring in my boy Justin, and we'll just have a good old chat. We're actually going to be pushing a new segment out soon, very soon, with the new logo and everything. It's going to be strictly for movies and TV shows, but it's going to be a new segment in our ANR channel. Excited to get that going.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you. I already asked you about your favorite superhero. Okay, let me ask you a little bit about the trials and tribulations of running this. What are some of the biggest trials you've had right now ever since you launched or relaunched the website? Like, have you had any issues and things that are going on with customers or logistics or anything like that?
The biggest issue is just getting stock, and
you mean upset customers yelling at you?
No, like no. Actually, everyone's been great. I haven't had any sort of problem. Everybody's been really awesome.
Give it time.
Yeah. I'm sure it's coming, but no. The shipping just through the distributors, just getting stuff. Like, I mean, through like this one distributor, they have like this thing where, so for 2021, you have all your orders for, let's say, Hasbro. At the end of the calendar year, the wholesaler will cancel or Hasbro will cancel all your orders to that distributor, and then you have to reorder for 2022, and then they will. This is more for back catalog stuff, not necessarily like the new stuff, but even the new stuff gets canceled because the order didn't fill in 2021. So basically, the last few days I've been trying to reorder my stuff that I had ordered in 2021 through this distributor. Like we have more than one, obviously, but this one in particular, for some reason, that's their policy, or I don't know if that's Hasbro or whatever, but that's what they do, and so I had to reorder. So just getting stock has easily been the biggest issue. Like even when stuff does come, it takes time to even get here. So like I think they had a blizzard in Memphis, Tennessee or something like that, and my sound waves got delayed, and just then you worry about things like it getting lost or damaged
Yeah.
and things like that. You want it, like, you don't want it sitting at some distribution center for 2 weeks, like, because anything can happen, right? You want it from the wholesaler to your place as fast and safely as possible. So that's the biggest issue. Other than that's it. I mean, everything's been great. I mean,
what's your favorite company to deal with? Like, you deal with multiple companies. What's your favorite one?
For wholesaling?
For a Hasbro or Mattel or Mezco or somebody like that. Who's one of your favorites?
Probably Hasbro.
Okay.
Hasbro has distribution in Canada, which is nice. So you don't have to do any of the customs or the exchange. You're paying in Canadian. Mm-hmm. They have free shipping. There's no minimums. They have much better pricing in Canada for Canadians. So Hasbro far and away is probably the best company that I deal with.
What about NECA? I've been hearing a lot of rumblings that people are not happy with NECA.
NECA, I don't have. I carry their products. And I don't have any in yet because it just, for some reason, NECA takes forever. And like, I don't deal with NECA directly. I deal through the wholesalers. I just actually talked to them on the phone the other day because I was tired of emailing them about stuff, and this has to do with the canceling those Hasbro orders, and they even they said that NECA is super slow, and they get the stuff, but it's just really hit and miss when it comes in, what comes in, and that kind of thing. So like, I have like those Monster Raphael and Leonardo's, and and people email me all the time about those, like, where is it, because they see it show up in Targets and Walmarts and things like that.
In the US, the distribution for NECA is great. They get it out in the store so fast. Yeah,
so people see that on groups, and then instantly they're like, where's yours? Yeah. And it's just, at the end of the day, it's just not that easy. It's just a matter of, we're at the mercy of when it comes. But the good news is that the stuff that is on the site is ordered. It's on its way. It will get here. It just might take time.
That's the thing we have to deal with. A lot of people have to understand patience. Nobody has patience when they're collecting. Nobody.
Right.
I don't have patience sometimes when I see something come in someone's hands for like 6 months, and I'm like, what? 6 months? I've been waiting for this NECA product, right?
Right.
I remember NECA used to have a deal with EB Games, which is now GameStop now. They used to have a few years ago a deal with them where they would bring it up, and we would get them at a sometimes before Target would even get them in the States. But since they canceled that or lost that licensing, GameStop, NECA has just been non-existent, like nothing. Right? You don't see it in any stores, nothing. Like,
well, I think it hurts that we don't have Target here. I think for some reason when I see NECA,
but we have Toys R Us. Like, I mean, they are the Target of the North here,
right? But does I'm not even sure if Toys R Us carries NECA.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they carry certain NECA, but not all, right? The Turtles Toon line, I don't think Toys R Us even carries them at all.
Okay.
Which is disappointing, because of all the lines that they have, you'd think the Turtles will probably be one of their most popular lines, right? And if you carry it at Target, why aren't you doing it at Toys R Us? I mean, Hasbro exclusives at Target are Toys R Us exclusives, same thing, right? It just boggles the mind as they just totally changed their business plan before the pandemic about releasing in Canada into the big retail stores. It's all through websites like yours or comic book stores where you have to pre-order them ahead of time, which is great. It helps local smaller stores and websites like yourself. But again, like, if you're waiting 6 to 8 months to get that item in, you're definitely going to have disgruntled customers because they don't understand the behind the scenes situation, nor do they care. Right. They just want to, hey, I clicked it, I ordered it, and I see somebody in the States, a friend of mine, have it for like 5 months now. I've waited 5 months. Please give it to me now. Right. And that's where you're kind of stuck in the middle going, I know, I want to get it to you. One of the things everybody as a seller wants to get it in the hands of their customers because it looks good on their part, right? But you're kind of handcuffed, right?
Yeah, it's tough.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I definitely wanted to point that anybody who is watching that NECA items are going to be very difficult to get unless they start changing their system and the way they do things, right?
Right. What's your thoughts on Super 7?
I love Super 7. There's a couple of things. I picked up the G.I. Joe ones from Super 7.
Like the Ultimates?
Like the Ultimates. Yeah. I've got the Simpsons all locked in. I'm all in. I'm all in for the Simpsons because the Mattel, I believe it's Mattel, when they had the Simpsons license long time ago, like over a decade.
Yeah, they were trash. Those figures.
But that's all. But that's all they had, right?
Right. Yeah. So it was.
And so I had no choice. I'm like, okay, I got to get them. But where else am I going to get these guys, right?
Yeah,
but I soon I actually donated a lot of them to my friends, and the only one I have left is I believe somewhere in my desk here, but I can't find it. But Chief Wiggum. Because God, I love Chief Wiggum.
Well, who doesn't love Chief Wiggum?
I gotta have me some Chief Wiggum, right?
Everybody has a little Chief Wiggum.
So when Super 7 announced that they're doing it, I was so happy. A lot of people were turned off because their price is expensive. It's like $50 US, right?
Yeah,
but they give you a ton of accessories.
It's actually a minimum 55. That's like a policy. It's like they when I order them, they have strict minimum MSRPs.
Yeah.
So 55 US. So yeah, they're like 72 or 74.
Yeah, it's a turn off for a lot of people.
It is. They're really geared for the collector. Like if you're serious business, then you collect Super 7. And like I love them. I love Super 7. Like,
do you have any right now? What do you have?
I just have the. Let me just take a quick look. I think I have the next 2 waves of the Ninja Turtles ready to go.
Where is it on your site?
If you just click on Ninja Turtles TMNT, and then there'll be like a drop down for like Super 7. Yeah, it's just the next 2 waves, wave 5 and 6, and they are just
there. It is
like they are just fire, bro. Like these.
Wow.
Like Slash and Ray and Scratch, like come on, man, like they're so awesome. But like I said, they're like $80, you know, so
yeah,
they're not cheap. But I love these figures. Like the Krang is selling well.
See, I collect the Toon line from NECA, and I have every single one of them. Right, I have every single NECA Turtles cartoon line, and even though I love these guys, I can't go back and forth because I'm I'm picking one line.
You got to make a choice. Either you're going to collect NECA or you're going to collect.
These guys are so Optimus. Good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Surfer Michelangelo. Wow, they're just so, and they hit that nostalgic spot so hard.
Yeah.
Because they look and feel like the old school Turtles.
Yeah, like these Super 7s are good for things like G.I. Joe and Transformers because they're more of like a posable thing, but I see a lot of people get salty on the Transformers Super 7 Ultimates because the argument is, why am I buying a Transformer that doesn't transform?
Oh, you know what? As a Transformer fan, I'm gonna tell people, relax. You don't have to buy them. Relax, people.
Yeah, like, but people get
because here's the thing: when you get a Transformer that does transform, you're not gonna have it look exactly like the cartoon. Because the engineering has to be put into it for it to transform, right?
Yes.
So you're going to have gaps. You're going to have holes. You're going to have skinny legs or skinny thighs. You're going to have these things because how are you going to engineer that if it looks like a giant block, right?
Right.
So this is a way for people to get something that hits the robot mode like it was meant to be in the animation when they transform into the robot, right? So people need to understand that. And oh man, Transformer fans sometimes are so nitpicky. You know, just so. And I'm a huge Transformer fan. I've got all the combiners here. You know, I got even a third party a Menasor, I believe it is. I have him. Or sorry, Bruticus. Right. Bruticus. I got a third party that I haven't even put together yet. It cost me like $500 to get this set, right? And I can't wait to put together this third party company because they knocked it out of the park. Oculus, Max, have you heard of them?
No.
Oculus. Oh, you know, I'll send you some pictures. You'll be drooling,
sure.
My friend. I'll send you some pictures. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to appease a specific team of people that collect or want that likeness. You know, they want that robot form. And some people might have the Super 7 next to the Hasbro in the robot mode and then in the car mode or whatever you want to they have, right? That's a cool way to collect because you have your robot and you'll have the vehicle mode, right? So I get it.
Well, I like Super 7 because of all the extra accessories you get because they're very good at the detail.
Yeah.
Like for example, like the Super 7 Megatron comes with the drunk face Megatron. And I don't know if you remember the episode where they're sitting there getting wasted. And you get that. You get drunk Megatron with the Energon cube.
And you're never going to get that from Hasbro.
No, you'll never get that. In a million years, you'll never get that. So now
exactly.
But then it's the same people trying to be like, well, he doesn't transform. I'm like, yeah, but you get drunk Megatron. How is that not like worth the price of admission, you know?
just have fun with it, people.
Yeah.
Have fun with it. And you know what? You don't, it's the thing is, you don't need to collect it because other lines like Hasbro make it. So just let it go by. Let it go by. You don't have to hate on it, right? And that's what you have to deal with a lot of these collectors. You know, they're just gonna simply hate for no reason. Right? It's so funny. Well, people getting upset, right? It's just, I don't know. I find
it wouldn't be the internet without the haters, right?
Yeah,
so
I guess
it is
so.
what it is.
All right. What is right now, or what did you learn during the pandemic? I know you didn't start during the pandemic, or you did a little bit, but what have you learned so far from the pandemic in terms of sales?
Well, I can definitely tell you that retail is like really kind of like almost on its way out, it seems.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I went to the mall the other day and everything was closed. It was like 7 o'clock. And it's like, so here I am at 7
That's just
o'clock.
Winnipeg, Trevor.
No, on a weekday. There's nothing open. I can't, everywhere I go is closed except Walmart. So like,
is Amazon killing the brick and mortar?
Yeah,
stores?
that's my take from the pandemic is people for 2 years now have become so accustomed to ordering and having things delivered that nobody wants to go out and get it.
That's
and
me right there.
And B, just like that, the casual person who just wants to go to the stores can't even do that because everything's closed now because of the pandemic. So I mean, people buying things at retail is definitely on its way out, it seems, because even at Walmart you go to the shelves and they're empty, and it's just such a weird time we're living in with all these supply issues and retail being so slow.
I went really low. I ordered cereal off Amazon to come to the house.
Well, that's the thing, everyone's doing food, everyone's doing their groceries, everyone's doing their fast food. You know,
DoorDash and skip the dishes and Uber Eats. Why leave your house?
Actually, one of we were talking about naming the site. One of the names that I was toying around with was Uber Toys, because we knew we were going to do the free delivery. So we thought maybe we could, kind of.
You're probably going to get sued by Uber real fast.
That's why I was like, yeah, we probably shouldn't.
Because they probably have plans to expand into that field soon.
Probably,
too, right?
yeah.
They're going to try to be like Amazon. Okay, let me ask you a really tough question. If you weren't let's say. Yes, tomorrow somebody comes and offers you a bajillion dollars to close off your site and say you can never sell toys ever again. Mm-hmm. But you're like, you know what? Even with all this money, I still want to sell something. If you can't sell toys, what would you sell? Online or in a store? What would you go for?
What a good question. If it wasn't toys, I don't know. I'd like to maybe. I always thought about probably trying to maybe start like an e-gaming setup, like whether it was like tournaments or things like that, because where I work, they were toying with the idea of bringing it in, and so we kind of got a little bit of a crash course on what was all involved in that. So it at the time it seemed interesting, so maybe we could visit that if I wasn't doing this.
Nice. Maybe an expansion in your repertoire, right?
Possibly. Because I know Magic, like the Gathering and stuff like that.
That's huge.
That's crazy huge right now.
Huge.
My brother keeps telling me to get into that, but I mean that is so.
Listen to your brother, Trevor. Listen to your brother.
Well, I would need like someone to like expertly guide me through that, because it's like
I'm sure you could find somebody, one of the Facebook groups in Winnipeg, that could probably give you some advice.
Right.
Yeah, just reach out to some of this. Mm-hmm. It's huge. Like, I'm not into it myself, but I've seen enough to know that it's a massive market. Even Digimon and Pokemon cards, right? Like Pokemon, like it's insane. Like I have friends who play the game. It's crazy popular, right? I'm not into it, but I don't dismiss that it's not good at all. It's insane market. Like, it's crazy. One card went for like $2 million, man. Like, come on, that's crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of money there and a lot of fan base there, and games like video games is larger than Hollywood.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
It's a massive market,
which is incredible to think, and no one even realizes it. It's like it's bigger than movies, but no one like looks at it that way,
because a lot of adults think it's a kid's thing.
Yes,
like,
yes.
There's so many adults who just. I'm an adult myself, so I could say this. Like, I'm a middle-aged man.
Let's be honest, it's the boomers.
It's that they're like, you play with toys and you play video games. What are you, a kid? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, yeah, it's such a big market.
Don't kid yourself here. I've got an imagination. You don't. Leave me alone. right? So I mean, I have friends who don't collect and look at me like, "You collect toys? What are you doing?" Right? I'm like, "Well, you go out and drink every weekend and piss it away the next day."
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I had to at least see it mine the next day. My money, where my money went, right? Even though my wife rolls her eyes when she sees this. My wife is not a fan of collecting.
Of course not. Of course not.
She's like, "You're ridiculous."
Everybody has their own thing that they put
exactly.
that they put value on. So like something that you might think is ridiculous, like someone bought something for something, and you'd be like, "Well, why are you spending all that?" But it to each their own, and whatever floats your boat.
Whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. The core happiness is what it matters, right?
Absolutely.
And if we can make a lot of people happy with what they do and not, be negative towards them, then we'll have a better community and a better city and a better world, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I just love, these action figures around me. It just makes me feel, and I get to escape, because we've always had tough days, and we've had a pandemic right now we're all still dealing with. It's nice to escape sometimes and just be happy, right? That's one of my reasons why I'm a collector. I've been collecting for 20 years. Like I said, it's just a good escape. Just have fun, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but was there anything you wanted to kind of come out there and talk about from your perspective? Like I know you enjoy doing this right now. Was there anything you wanted to sort of talk about?
About the store?
About the store, about us, anything you want to kind of talk about. The floor is yours.
Oh, jeez.
You can ask me a question if you want. I don't mind.
Okay, what's your go-to action figure? If you could have one, if someone came and took all your toys away, you can only keep one.
Right for the jugular, aren't you?
Yeah,
I didn't do that to you.
There's got to be one. Well, I have mine on standby in case you ask me. So.
Oh, I don't have mine on standby. It's in a bright spot in our office. Oh, okay. But it's the Christopher Reese Mezco Superman.
Oh, okay. Okay, very nice.
So I've got that. It's the likeness is on point. The clothing makes it look like the 80s action figure. It comes with the Fortress of Solitude that lights up too. So that's my if somebody told me I'm taking all your figures away, but you could keep one, that's the one I'd keep.
Oh, okay.
It's near and dear to me. So, and I almost didn't buy it until my friends told me to buy it. They're like, "What are you doing? Buy it!" I'm like, I don't know if I want to. They're like, "Are you retarded? Like, what's wrong with you?" Hey, like,
yeah, you gotta buy it,
right? And so I'm like, okay, all right, I'll buy it, right? So, I bought it, and I'm so happy I listened to my friends, and I bought it, right? So
yes, because a lot of these things, it's a one-time, one-chance opportunity. Because some things you just never see again, or if you do, they're much more than retail.
It's hold a special place in my heart. So yeah, definitely. Anything else, man? You just came out with the I thought you were gonna ask me some simple questions. Huh? Oh, okay. Trevor, right on fire here. Savage mode. Do you play? You say you play video games? Did you?
Yeah. I play. I'm a Warzone guy, so if anyone wants to,
we should
squad
play.
Up. We can
PlayStation 5
stubs. I have it on PS5. But I play Warzone on PC just for the FOV.
I think what you should do is we should play on our gaming platform that we're going to be developing. We should come on and play as a guest.
Sure. Well, I used to do Twitch streaming, so
look at that.
That's how I have all this fancy microphone and.
Do you want to plug it in? Are you gonna turn it back on?
the Twitch stream? Maybe one day.
Okay. Well, when you do, we'll plug it. We'll plug it for you.
For sure.
We'll come just say hi to you. I'm gonna go actually today right after we finish here. I'm gonna head over to GameStop and pick up my Horizon.
Okay.
The game for the PS5. I love adventure games. Like one of my favorites is Uncharted, which by the way I'm seeing this weekend.
Dude,
I'm gonna go see it, and
that's my PS5 game. I play
that's my game too, man.
Uncharted multiplayer. That's
I love playing the multiplayer. I love the story. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It filled my Indiana Jones voice.
Yes. It's literally the perfect video game series.
I think it's this generation's Indiana Jones.
Yes, for sure. Except this movie might, this is why we go do that movie channel show because
we'll do one. We're definitely doing it. Don't worry. We'll do it. I was kind of like on the fence about Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake, but
obviously they're going with a younger, like they're going like, so he's going to grow into the role there, because they're probably going to do probably.
Is
like
Holland ever going to grow? I don't think he's going to get taller.
He'll look older. He'll kind of look the Nathan Drake part, but to me the biggest problem is the Sully character, the Mark Wahlberg.
Oh yeah, he's
casting. Like that was terrible. That's awful.
Yeah,
there was no way Mark Wahlberg can pull off Sully. If you're a fan of the game, there's no way you're gonna see Mark Wahlberg as Sully. It's
unless
impossible.
he grows a dustbuster above his lips. He just doesn't have
the voice. The voice is everything for Sully.
Yeah.
I was almost thinking that you could have Mark Wahlberg, but you could just have what's his name dub the dialogue over him.
The guy who plays
to have him.
Who would
Sully.
be a good? You know who would be a good Sully? Oh my god, I can't forget his name. The gentleman who plays in Spider-Man movies. J. Jonah Jameson. JJ, yeah. He would have been a good Sully.
Yes, right? Absolutely.
Get him a little bit, sport him a nice dustbuster, a salt and pepper dustbuster.
They would have had to de-age him a little bit, but yeah, he would have been a perfect Sully.
Yeah. Give him a Hawaiian shirt, right?
Yeah.
He's good to go. That would have been good. I would have loved that. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I'm going to see it this weekend, Saturday night. And then I'll probably talk about it on Monday, our weekly podcast that we do on Monday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time for everybody who's watching. Yeah, I'll definitely talk about that there. But yeah, I'm a little worried because I've heard some critics. I don't want to. I don't try to listen to critics or go to Rotten Tomatoes or anything like that before I watch a movie, because I want to go in with, my take on it when I walk out. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear this chatter. But I've been accidentally seeing stuff online and people are not really warming up to it. So I'm a little concerned.
It's not a good sign.
The concern level is creeping up a little bit here.
Right.
Well, anything else you want to kind of talk about before we've been around for about an hour. I think we discussed a lot of cool things.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it.
I do want to tell everybody, hey, head on over to toycrusaders.com. Go visit him. Trevor, you've been awesome with us. I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to speak about yourself and the company. And one of the things we always want to do is shed a little light on the actual people behind these companies. Mm-hmm. And anybody who's watching can obviously tell you're very passionate and very helpful and really want to do right by the community. So thank you for building this company of yours. Awesome. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that'll be looking to come and purchase from you. And everybody who is purchasing, know that this man is going to take care of your products and send it with love and care to your house. Yes. I mean, what more do you want from a toy maker or toy seller? So yeah, thank you again, Trevor. And you know what? Definitely come on some of our shows that we do. We'll invite you on. If you want to come on, just reach out to us.
Absolutely.
You're a friend of the show, and you're always welcome.
Awesome. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for having me. It's been really fun. I was a little nervous when we started, but I think
don't be nervous.
I'm
nervous. I wanted to do right by you, but making sure this episode was great. So yeah,
I hope it's been great.
All right, anybody who is watching, thank you for watching Astonishing News and Reviews. And we've got the website up on the bottom there, and head on over to Astonishing NR. We will be throwing up some cool stuff. We'll even throw some Toy Crusaders picks for any cool things that are coming down the pipeline. As always, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day, everybody. Take care. Bye.